She is an absolute beauty. Down, I'm going to have to open up the spag moss pole. So it is now all chopped up. So here is an example of what I'm going to do. Ta-da! Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Rachel and I run my own small houseplant business from right here in Auckland, New Zealand. And if you are a returning subscriber, hello and welcome back. Today's video is a video that I haven't really done in a long time. I've kind of been doing like day in my life vlogs and product tutorials. It's currently the 3rd of August when I'm making this, so this will probably be up in a few months time. But today I am going to be showing you step by step exactly how I propagate my Philodendron Melanochrysum. So let's just jump straight on into the video. First of all, I have to of course show you the Melanochrysum that I bought the other day. It is a beauty. It's actually a shame to chop it up and propagate it, but I need something for my shop, so that is what we are going to be doing today. I'm going to bring you over here and show you the Melanochrysum. Actually, I'm going to bring it up to you first. Hang on a minute. So this is her here, and as you can see, she is almost as tall as I am. Look at her. I'm not going to stand all the way up, otherwise I'm probably going to destroy it, but she is a beaut. So I bought this off a private seller on Facebook, and I got it for an absolute bargain. I'm going to be showing you exactly how I chop and propagate this girl. I have some idea, but luckily for me, she is grown in a moss pole. I'll bring you a little bit closer in a second. So she should already have a pretty decent root system in that moss pole. So I'm going to take it off the moss pole, unpot it because there's 3 plants on this pole, and I'm going to see what the roots are like, pot them up, and then give you progress updates as they grow. So yeah, let's have a look. So here is a close-up of her. She is an absolute beaut, apart from a few minor damages on some leaves, but that really doesn't matter for propagation. That's life. Plants aren't always perfect. She's just popping out a brand new leaf. Look at that. Gosh, she's so beautiful. And as you can see, there's 1, 2 and 3 plants on the pole there. So this looks like a homemade moss pole with just some mesh and some sphagnum moss. It's really thick and chunky, so this is going to be quite fun to undo. Alright, so first of all what I'm going to do is of course unpot her from her current situation and lay her down. I'm going to have to open up the spag moss pole to get the roots out without damaging them because they're just going to be all over the place in there. So yeah, let's get started on that. Oh, I'm scared. I'm going to have to lay her down because I really don't want to ruin anything. Terrifying, she's so big. Oh. First step is to chop her open. Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is tough. Oh, these are tough. Okay, I think we're open. So first step is to unpot it. There we go. I'm just taking the soil off the bottom to see where the roots are at, because this is going to be quite the untangle. Probably going to be a few more closures in there. I might have to get rid of some roots here. It is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. I thought it would just open all nicely, and nah. I just got these pans out of the wash too.
Yeah, well, sometimes that's just the way it goes, okay?
We're literally going down the entire pole and breaking it up now. Okay, I'm gonna take this top cutting anyway. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ah! Oh, that is so sad. Oh no, look. Beautiful though, that's going straight back on another pole. See all those roots? That will just grow straight away, so straight back on a pole for you. We're literally just hacking at it piece by piece. This is all roots, man. Unbelievable.
Look at all of it.
Alright, so that took us an hour to get through that. That was unbelievable. These roots are crazy. So it is now all chopped up. It's so sad, but you know, it is what it is. There are still some very nice big cuttings like this that are going to be potted up onto poles, so it's not too bad. And there are some more over here that are going to be repotted into mother plants as well. So now I'm just going to pot them up into straight tree fern fiber, and I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, hopefully you can still see this good because it is now dark, but I'll show you an example of what I'm going to do. So here is an example of what I'm going to do. I've actually already sold this to a friend. I'm just going to pot it up into tree fern fiber like that, and then I'm going to water it in with the Clonex cloning solution from Growth Technology. This stuff is so amazing for getting your roots started, so I'm going to water them in with this. and then set them on the shelf and they'll be good to go. It's really as simple as that. So, okay, I'm gonna need some pots. I'll be right back. So this is tree fern fiber. This is what I'm going to be potting them up in. This method will probably work exactly the same for like sphagnum moss or pumice or anything like that. But I really, really highly recommend if you can get your hands on this, get your hands on it. It's so good. Just gonna fiddle around with it until it fits nicely in there. And then I'm gonna fill it up. And I always like to tap it in rather than like push it in. That's just because it keeps it nice and loose. There we go, there's another one done. I hope you can see in the background I'll just water it in with that cloning solution like that. Don't be too scared to get it too wet. And we're good to go. Alright, so here we go. They are all potted up and lined up on the shelf, ready to propagate. I will come back in about a week or so and give you an update or when I see any other kind of signs of growth. Good morning, it is now the next day. I actually ran out of time last night. If you couldn't see, it got dark fairly quickly last night. But this morning I am continuing with the melanos. Here they all are from last night, sitting pretty in their pots. I'm going to work on the remainders. There are a few more cuttings that need to be potted up onto like poles and stuff, so I left that to this morning, so let's go have a look. So this is how it ended up last night. I didn't have time to pot the rest of them up, so I put them in a bucket of water. All their roots are in there, so they were just totally fine sitting there overnight. In the water I did put a little bit of the cloning solution just to help the roots kind of get a little bit of a kickstart. But yeah, today I'm going to pot these ones up. So I'm going to start with this one here. So this one here is still a 2-node cutting. And I'm going to actually just plant this as it is. As you can see, it's got a couple of roots on there. And I'm just going to plant this into tree fern fiber in this pot here like that and grow it up a pole. So it's kind of already, not an established plant, but you know what I mean. It's already ready to go. It's got a new leaf coming out here. I didn't feel comfortable chopping this node just by itself because there's not any kind of like aerial roots going yet. So yeah, let's just pop this up as is. I'm going to be using one of our clear vertical prop sticks. These are amazing. They're kind of like the pole that you saw us take it off last night, but they're much easier to get the roots out of because I just use soil and you can just cut them off and they just come apart like that. So yeah, let's do it. Alright, now that this has been made, I'm going to pot it up in here, and I'm going to pot it in pure tree fern fiber, just like I did the other ones, to help it propagate better. But as you can see, that fits perfectly in there. I'm going to chop these off, but it fits perfectly in there, and then I'm just going to pot it like that. And there are plenty of roots on there, and it should grow on perfectly fine. And there we have it. That cutting will hopefully grow on to be nice and big and strong, and maybe even ready by the Auckland plant market, which hopefully this video will be up by then, maybe. But yeah, beautiful. So we have the ones that need to go in sticks all potted up. As you can see here, we have the first one we did with the 2 leaves. It's all ready to grow on to be big and beautiful. We have a single cutting here that's going to go up a pole, and we have a double one behind the back there. That is all for it now. I will come back to you in a week or two's time when I see something happening. Hey guys, it is now the 13th of September and I have an update for you on the Melanochrysums. We have action. So here they all are, still sitting in the same spot that I left them. Some of them are looking a little bit worse for wear. Like some of the damages on the leaves have now obviously come out and been a little bit more obvious, but that's okay. That's not really essential to their growth and won't hurt them at all. But what I wanted to show you was, look at that. You can see in the middle there between the leaf and the stem that there is a little shoot popping out. And it's a little bit foggy in there, but you can actually see the roots starting to poke through there. So that's one of them. I think it was this one here. Also had a root coming through. Yep, there we go. Look at that. Beautiful. I don't think this one had... Oh, it does have a shoot. Hang on a minute. You can actually see way down in there that there is actually a new shoot coming. So this one is doing very good as well. Can I find any others? That one has one. Ah, yes. This wet stick has a shoot coming at the bottom as well. And there are also a few others in here as well that are getting shoots. So that is really exciting. it's nice to see some progress being made, as obviously for a few weeks we didn't really see anything. So yeah, I'll catch up with you again when I see something else happening. Alrighty, so today is now the 17th of November, which means that I do not have any footage of the growth progress of these plants. Life has been nuts over the last 3 months. I've had 2 really major markets that I've been preparing for, and my order volumes have just gone through the roof, and I, to be honest, totally forgot about this video. So this has been sitting in my Final Cut Pro for a couple of months now, but I finally found it again, and I'm going to show you some progress updates on these plants because they are looking absolutely fabulous. But first of all, I'm going to give you a little bit of an idea of the kind of maintenance that I've been giving these since I've chopped them and propped them, and then I will show you the goodies right behind me there. So basically all I did once I chopped them and put them into their pots was I waited for them to dry out, and then once they were completely dry, like bone dry, that is the trick with tree fern fiber, you've got to make sure it gets bone dry before you water it again, as every time I watered them in with the cloning solution that you've seen previously in the video, and I kept watering them with that until I saw the first sign of their first leaves coming through. Once they hit that point, I switched to a normal fertilizer, and I'll show you the one that I've been using, and that is the Foliage Focus by Growth Technology. I do have a few other fertilizers I do recommend, and you can use whatever fertilizer suits you. If you prefer like Dying to Grow Better, or if you prefer Plant Runner, or anything else that you've got at home, you can obviously use that. It doesn't really matter which one you use. Then I just kept watering them with that, and now they look absolutely stunning. So I'm going to show you one now, and then I'll take you over to the shelf and then also talk about something else really quickly. So introducing, ta-da, the Melanochrysum. Look at this, it is absolutely stunning. I'm so stoked with how these have come along. As you can see there, that is the original leaf that is still hanging on there. Looking obviously a little bit more tattered and worse for wear than it was when I propagated it, but obviously as you can see, this leaf has popped out. I think it was about 2 or so weeks ago, and if you can see at the top in the middle there by my hand, there is a new leaf coming out there. So these have done super well. The tree fern fiber and CCS method, the clonic solution method, is one that I really highly recommend. I can tell you with this method, for the Melanochrysum specifically, I haven't had a single one die on me. Not a single one die on me, which is really amazing success rate for propagation, because normally you could lose up to about half of your propagations. It's a bit brutal, but it's just what nature does. I want to show you something that they do as well, which is kind of a lot of people tend to freak out when they buy like a large leaf cutting and someone tells them like, oh yeah, you know, you'll get larger leaves because you bought a large leaf cutting, you know, you pay more, and then obviously they put on a tiny ass little leaf and you start to freak out. So mine all did that as well. If you can see here, there's that tiny little leaf there. It's really tiny. That is actually the first leaf that it popped out. I think it's quite normal for a lot of philodendron, but specifically for Melanochrysum, this is very common as well. Like that leaf is so tiny, and then when a lot of people like buy a rooted cutting and it hasn't had its first leaf yet and this is what they get, they freak out. Don't worry about it, it is totally normal, it happens. And as you can see, obviously this is the second leaf here, which is just as big as the first leaf. So don't panic if you buy a cutting and the first leaf comes out really tiny. That is completely normal. They do that. It is what it is. So yeah, I'm so happy with this and how this has gone. Hopefully it gives you kind of an idea to play around with when you propagate, and it kind of lets you know what to expect. So yeah, I'm going to show you all of the ones on the shelf over here because they're looking really nice. So this is what the shelf looks like, a whole lot different to when you saw it last. As you can see, there is some beautiful stunning leaves. This one is brand new, it literally unfurled yesterday. I freaking love that color, man. It's just so beautiful. And this one also has a new leaf that unfurled, I think today, which is slightly different in color actually, if you see that. It's just a light thing, I believe. Just looks so nice. So a lot of these are even starting to get their third leaves. A lot of the first leaves are actually still hanging in there, which is not too bad. But yeah, that is that. And as you can see, this one, obviously, this one is huge. This one is really freaking nice. And it's getting another leaf in there as well. Let's turn some of these around. This one is also looking very nice. All of them have just done really well. Some are a little bit slower than others. As you can see, this one is just chucking out a new leaf there, which is its first true leaf. They're just doing really well. I'm so excited for these. In the back there, I have a few smaller ones. Let me get some of these out. See, that one's a little cutie, but he's still doing just fine. And that one in the back is getting a new leaf. This one here is pumping out another leaf. So if you've never seen this before, this is kind of like my propagation station where I have all my heat mats and all my prop boxes, obviously propagating stuff. I actually have some of them in here. If I take the lid off, these are some of the ones that were they weren't struggling as such, but they were just taking a little bit longer, so I gave them a little bit of extra help and put them in this propagation box, and as you can see, they've got new leaves coming. A lot of these ones were wet sticks. Obviously this one's not a wet stick, but a lot of these were wet sticks, so they just needed a little bit more help to grow. And this was a tip cutting that didn't do so well. But it seems to be doing alright now. It's not too bad. I'm actually heading to a plant market in 2 weeks time. Actually, no, a week. Oh my god, it's only a week away. I need to start preparing. Called Plant Fest in Tauranga, and I will be taking a couple of these beauties with me to on sell and send to new homes, seeing as they are looking really, really beautiful. I love that look. Ah, that color is just amazing. But yeah, that's basically the end of the video. If you do have any more questions, please make sure to leave them in the comment section down below, and I will do my best to answer them. It's a little bit hard because this video is a little bit disjointed for me because it's been 3 months since I started it. But if there's anything else you wanted to know or any other questions you had, make sure to obviously put them in the comments down below, or send me a message via any of our other social media platforms such as Facebook or Instagram. And if you don't follow us there already, you totally should. Our links are all in the description box down below, and on there we generally post a few more updates if these videos tend to go this way and you don't actually get any like proper updates. I post a lot of behind the scenes content on there, so yeah. And that is all for today's video. Thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed this despite the fact that I didn't have any in-between updates. If you want me to make more videos like this, make sure to hit that thumbs up button down below so I know what kind of content you guys like me to create. Also, if you are new here and you did enjoy this video, I'd love for you to consider subscribing to our channel, and you can also hit the notification bell next to it so you get notified every time we upload. And that is all. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video, which will probably be all about the Tauranga Plant Fest. So yeah, stay tuned for that. We'll see you in the next one. Bye!